Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have another fashion tips video, which I know you guys love. And today I'm going to be sharing with you a list of things like fashion items or styling method that I personally avoid as a petite. I am 4'11". I am really tiny. I have small torso and small legs, and in pictures I also look small. I know that some people are actually short, but then they have features that make them look tall. That's not me. And so over the past few years, I've kind of learned ways of styling my body, and there are certain things that I tend to avoid. This is just something that I find works for me. Maybe it's different for other people or other petite girlies out there, but I still think that a video like this would be really helpful for some people who are trying to elevate their personal style while being a petite. So shall we get started? Let's do it. So the first style thing that I tend to avoid when I'm getting dressed in the morning is that I avoid bottom heavy looks. Now, I've talked about this before and I will continue to talk about it. I feel like this is such a helpful tip if you are a petite. It is to just avoid styling your outfit in a way that a lot of the attention goes to the bottom of your outfit, which makes me look even shorter. And this can show up with having too much fabric, too much of your pants hanging around at the bottom, so there's too much fabric there. Also something like a chunky sneaker, where there's a lot of chunkiness at the bottom. For me, I find that this just makes me look even shorter. This makes me look unbalanced. So whenever I buy pants, if it's slightly longer, I would wear shoes that are a bit more lighter, maybe a thin sole sneaker if I want something comfy, or I can wear something with a little tiny kitten heel, maybe a pointed toe, things like that to balance out the fabric on the pants. So the second fashion thing that I avoid is chunky sneakers. Now, I know that probably about 2 to 3 years ago, chunky dad sneakers was all the rage. I have one myself. It was this Adidas chunky sneaker in silver. I saw Jenny Blackpink wearing it once and I was like, I need that. Yes. And I've worn it to death. I've kind of ripped the back part of the sneakers because I've worn it so much. It's very comfortable, easy to walk in. However, every single time I, put an outfit and then I finish off with that sneaker, my outfit just looks really imbalanced. It's really chunky on the bottom. The only other way I can describe it is that it looks like I have an alien head, but upside down. You know how like aliens have little itty bitty body, but like big head? I find that chunky sneakers don't work for me and I avoid buying more of it. So the next thing that I tend to avoid in my style or in my wardrobes are large prints or large details. Not only that you're petite, but you also have very narrow shoulder, you have more kind of smaller features, then smaller patterns work better for you than larger patterns. Another thing that I tend to avoid is big lapel. So in blazer and jacket, because I have a much more smaller feature, I have very narrow shoulders. So when I wear big collar, it just looks like I'm wearing my mom's clothes, essentially. Smaller prints or smaller pattern just looks more harmonious and it doesn't look like it's overpowering. And that's also one of the reasons why I tend to avoid shirts. I don't actually own a lot of shirts. I only have one black shirt that I got from Zara, which is like a v-neck, a fitted kind of shirt, and has a very small collar. I find that with shirt, it tends to have, collar that is just overpowering for my feature. It's basically the same kind of theory with large prints, large pattern, large collar. I tend to avoid those things because, again, at the end of the day, I just look like I'm wearing my mom's clothes. A tip to keep in mind, maybe next time you go shopping, if you see a blazer or a shirt that kind of looks cute, take a look at the lapel, take a look at the collar, and if you find a dress you like, take a look at the prints. Is it balanced with your feature or it's just too overpowering? The next thing that I tend to avoid in my wardrobe is normal length clothing items. Now, this might sound odd. Normal length jeans is literally the height of my body. And it's the same with other clothing items. I tend to avoid normal length top. So for me, I tend to go for more crop length tops because crop means normal length on me. I have very small torso, and longer tops is just, it's too much fabric. Yes, I can tuck them into my jeans because there's just too much fabric on me. It's bulging under my jeans, bulging under my bottom and skirt. So that's something that I also avoid. If there's a crop length, I would go for the crop length because I'm a petite girl. I'm a tiny itty bitty girl. So crop means normal for me. So the last thing that I tend to avoid in my style and my wardrobe is have too many colors. For me, I like to keep it simple, and I find that suits my body better. I have a rule in my outfit where I try to only wear 3 colors at a time. If I'm wearing purple and black, then I would wear a black pants or a black skirt underneath and black shoes as well. Maybe a different color code, let's say gray. So that's 3 colors: black, purple, and gray. Especially when it comes to the vertical line, I tend to go for more monochromatic or cohesive like color combo, because when there's too much color, let's say I'm wearing yellow on the top, blue on the bottom, and then black shoes, it just cuts off my body because of the color blocking, and then it makes me look even shorter. So for me, I tend to go for more monochromatic colors so that my body looks elongated. That is 5 style and fashion things that I tend to avoid as a petite. These are some good tips to keep in mind if you are also a petite and you've been kind of struggling with your clothes, with getting dressed in the morning. Maybe try some of these tips out and see how it works. As a petite, you shouldn't take this as like it's a limiting thing, like you can't wear a certain thing. You can, but it's just, at the end of the day, it comes down to how you style it and determine what kind of look you want to go for. And these tips are just here to help you in your journey. Let me know if you liked today's video. Leave a comment down below, give it a thumbs up, and hopefully I will see you on my next one. All right, guys. Bye.